Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. And to begin with, I'm extremely sorry that I could not upload any video in the last couple of days. That was because the local transformer in my area kind of got exploded for some reason, maybe some technical issues or something. And so I'm without any electricity. So thanks to my power bank, with the help of it, I kind of somehow managed to record this video, and also hopefully I can upload this. So about the nodes, we have healing factor, alertness, mutation, just a scratch, and also an additional one because of this path is power struggle, wherein you don't get power from other means, but only when the defender kind of fills a bar of power you get 1, 2, and when he or she uses it, you kind of lose all the power. And apart from that, the defender has a 20% chance to kind of regenerate 90% of the damage taken, but you can prevent it if you have a regeneration buff or passive, and also if you inflict the defender with petrify or any other means of heal reversal. And also there are 2 beneficial nodes for especially mutant champions, whenever you kind of use a special attack, every hit gives you a 2% regeneration, and that will eventually also heal block the opponent, meaning prevent the regeneration of the opponent, and also every regeneration has a chance to kind of give you a passive fury, increasing your attack by 70%. So you can stack up to 5 of them. And also because we are using Sabertooth, we can also get passive furies from its basic abilities, and hopefully with those many furies the fights will be kind of manageable, if not very quick. So pretty much the problem in this fight could be that Moleman can kind of struggle a few debuffs, so the parries might not be reliable all the time. So after a parry you might want to wait for a split second so that you don't get comboed into KO. And also because of the power struggle node, it's kind of a little bit easier to kind of convert our furies to permanent. As you can see, we just hold our attack just before he reaches a bar of power, and then I play one combo to special one, kind of converts the present fury buff to a permanent one. And by this way you can kind of get up to usually 5 furies, but if you also finish the fight while a fury is active, kind of you get 6 furies from one fight. And because of the persistent charges, you can carry the furies to the next fight. So we pretty much want to kind of stack up as many furies as possible in this Sabertooth, and then hopefully that will help us a little bit during the boss fight, which is kind of, to be honest, a little bit annoying, especially because of the nodes and Void's basic abilities combined. It might become a little bit crazy, especially while using 4-star champions. And for the boss, who is Void with a few annoying nodes along with Bane and other stuff, you'd probably want to use kind of Nick Fury ideally, or even Aegon should work, Human Torch, Captain America Infinite War. So the main thing you have to worry about that fight is Falter. There is a node which kind of inflicts you with a Falter debuff every 10 hits on your combo meter, and it lasts for something like 3 seconds. And also from Void's basic ability, you have to kind of do 10 hits to remove each of his kind of intimidating present debuffs. And also there is Bane, and then the combo, managing your combo is very crucial for that fight, which we'll discuss when we reach the boss. Anyway, the next one is Massacre, and the problem on this one could be the block penetration, a huge block penetration that Massacre has. So you pretty much want to kind of manage his power so that you don't have to kind of block again and again, or if you can backdraft him, that's even awesome. So as you can see, we are trying to kind of manage our combos, also convert our furies to permanent ones, and also manage his power so that we don't have to kind of block too much. And as you can see, with those furies, the fight is going quite fine. And also ideally you would want to finish the fight with an active fury too, so that you get that additional permanent fury on the next fight, but that's not essential. Anyway, we just intercept him with an SP1, and as you can see, the fight is pretty simple. You just bait his specials and manage his power bars and keep pushing him to SP1 and finish the fight just like this. Anyway, that was quite simple and straightforward. So moving on, we have Black Widow Clairvoyant, for which we'll probably use Rogue, especially because of those debuffs she applies on you whenever throwing an SP1 or heavy, and because of the power struggle node, she might be throwing a lot of SP1s. So while using Rogue, we can kind of lifesteal with every SP1, and so that the debuffs may not deal much damage, and even if they do, we can kind of heal up to the full bar in no time at all. And apart from that, the fight is very simple and straightforward. You don't have to worry about anything else. You simply keep baiting her specials and beat her. That's pretty much it. And also her special attacks are very simple to evade. And you just have to reach up to those 5 passive furies, as we already have, and keep using your special one so that you kind of deal quite a hefty amount of damage, and also keep healing yourself. Only annoying thing is that you cannot kind of reach to 2 bars of powers reliably. You have to kind of rely on her whisks actually, but we fortunately get to throw 1 SP2 and the fight is over, pretty much like that. Anyway, so moving on, after this we have one little annoying fight, which is Cosmic Spider-Man. So pretty much the annoying thing about this Spider-Man in particular is that he gets a evading chance after his special attacks, and you pretty much either have to wait until it expires or kind of only parry and do 2 to 3 hits so that he does not evade and counter you. And apart from that, the strategy is just like the earlier fights, and while using Sabotage, you want to kind of go near his power bar and then of course try to kind of either convert your fury through that special one, or also you can idle for a couple of seconds and it will convert your fury to permanent ones. And also you'll be getting more furies from because of the node actually, So as you can see, we already have a total of 13 furies, 13 passive and 1 active, and now we have 14 passive furies. And we are waiting until the evade chance expires, kind of, and 3 hits to SP1 maybe, boom, and we have our 18 fury, and we have 19 and 20. So now it's just a waiting game, just waiting until it expires, and then probably 1 or 2 combos will finish the fight. Maybe 1 SP1, no, not even needed. So sorted. So that was the fight. And up next after this we have Mr. Nova, who can be very, very annoying if you are not very familiar with his kind of abilities. So as you know, you cannot parry the medium hits from Nova, and so the idea is you want to kind of stay close. Right here I'm a little bit confused whether I should use Rogue or Sabertooth, but hoping for a few more furies, I'm going to use Sabertooth, but I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest. Oh, and right here he slips 1 or 2 punches through my block, and we are down to almost 25% maybe. But it is what it is, you know. What can you do about it? There was a small lag, sorry about that. And he also has a chance to auto block you. I'm not saying that this is a very difficult fight or something. It was all my mistakes that I got hit right there, because I was expecting it to be a light attack and kind of relying on that parry, and then I suddenly left my block and then he attacked me. So apart from that, the fight, as you can see, is not that much of a problem. You just have to be very confident in dexting these SP1s. Apart from that, it's just simple. 1 SP1 should finish this one. So as you can see, apart from that one mistake I made in the starting of the fight, it was quite alright. And after that we just have a Loki, and then we'll move on to the boss fight. And about the Loki fight, you don't have to think about a lot of things actually. There is one annoying thing about Loki, is that he kind of passively keeps gaining power until he reaches a bar of power, and that can sometimes kind of catch you off guard. But apart from that, it's just a simple fight. And from my repeated experience, I would suggest you not to counter-attack after his SP1, as you will probably see just in a moment. I was pretty much kind of trying to counter him after his SP1 and got smacked on my face twice or thrice. Maybe right here, okay, maybe right here. I was trying to counter-attack right here, and then boom. Wasn't it awesome? And maybe it happens one more time. I don't remember. But the good thing is that Rook can pretty much right here. Did you see that? So ideally, if you are not very, very confident, and I get a combo too. That was too bad. But the good news is you can pretty much use your special attack 1 and kind of he'll back up quite easily, just like this here. And so okay, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn, you know. So unless you are very confident, you would probably want to stick to the SP1 and wait for an opening after his SP1 and not try to kind of dash back immediately and get countered by another SP1 or a combo. So as you can see, the fight was pretty much easy. It was only me that kind of made a couple of mistakes trying to be over smart maybe. So I would suggest you not to do the same. And apart from that, the fight is pretty simple. And this right here is the boss fight, and this is actually a little bit annoying, to be honest, if you are using a 4-star. Usually the best counter would be perhaps Nick Fury, and you may also use champions like Aegon, Human Torch, Captain America, Infinite War, or any other champions who can possibly bypass that arrogance node here, which means every 10 hits you do to the attacker will give you a falter debuff lasting for 3 seconds, and also that 10 hits may clash with the 10 hits you have to do to kind of remove the intimidating presence from void. And also there is a bend timer, so this fight is all about your combo, managing your combos. And for the first try we are just warming up with Sabertooth. I think this fight would have been possible to solo if I didn't mess up on that Nova fight, because as you can see with those 16 Furies, Sabertooth is doing insane amount of damage. And we are also not going for a pro style gameplay, kind of. We are pretty much trying to finish the quest without using any items and without using any 5 stars. So the first one was just a warm up, and then we move on to Mr. Nick Fury, who can pretty much bypass that kind of miss effect if he has more than 5 or more of his tactical charges. So pretty much the idea is to kind of get ourselves killed as soon as we have a bar of power, and then hopefully kind of remove all the debuffs. But the timing was a little bit off, and so I had to take a debuff, and we also perfectly timed the pain timer. And the idea is to kind of do as much damage as possible as soon as possible. And as you can see, we are melting very quickly, unfortunately, but we'll also try to deal as much damage as possible, which we are doing right here. And hopefully with another try the fight will be cleared, and we can just close the fight maybe, because it will anyway kill us. So for the next try we have Archangel, as we already planned all our team for the fight, because I was kind of a little bit sure that I'm not that perfect with my void gameplay, and anyway I'm always kind of a little nervous while facing void, and facing such a big void using 4 stars adds more to that. So hopefully Archangel will finish this fight. And we are also not trying to play perfectly here, we just will not care about a little bit of damage. Even if we kind of end up with 1 or 2% health, it's alright, as long as we can kind of kill him, and as long as we don't have to use any items, we are quite good. Only thing you want to be worried about here is the Falter timer, which is after every 10 hits you do to the opponent. Other than that, you don't have to be worried much about the debuffs, because Archangel will basically prevent it from applying on you, especially when you have neurotoxins on Void. And after the SP3, you just have to do a couple of combos and the fight should be over, just like that. So even though not very perfect or smooth or maybe flawless, we somehow managed to finish the fight without using any items and using only 4 stars, which was pretty much the idea. And apart from that, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, even though it was not that smooth and flawless. And if you did, please make sure to click the like, also leave a comment and share with your friends and your alliance mates. And also consider subscribing to the channel so that you get kind of notified every time I post a new video, which I'll be doing really soon. And also I'll be posting each and every chapter from this quest, so stay tuned for the next videos to come. Until then, take care and have a great day.